Welcome, Lionhearts. How are your Advent wreaths coming along? I've just lit my third candle. This one's to remind us of the love we have in Jesus Christ. There's a lot of reminders of love at Christmas time. We show our mums and dads how much we love them by making them lovely Christmas cards or wrapping special presents. And I don't doubt that they will show you how much they love you too when it comes to finding things under the Christmas tree. But the most important love that we mustn't forget is God's love for all of us. And his present to us was his son, Jesus. Now, I wonder what your favourite thing about Christmas is. That's before we get to Christmas Day and presents. One of my favourite things is seeing all the Christmas lights. I love looking around after dark and seeing all the houses decorated with all their twinkling lights. They're so beautiful. They make the cold, dark winter nights seem so much warmer and more welcoming. I also like to see Christmas trees all lit up with lights and watch flames on candles flicker. I think we all enjoy light. It's really important to us. Without lights, we wouldn't be able to find our way at night. We might stumble and fall or get hurt. Without lights, there's darkness. And darkness might make us feel a bit lonely and perhaps even a little scared. I love these Christmas lights because they sparkle. Now, we are a bit like these Christmas lights without their battery. If we don't have Jesus in our lives. But if we believe in Jesus, he will light up our lives and give us the power to live good lives for him. The Bible also tells us that when we have this wonderful light inside us, we should share it with others. Sometimes we get power cuts in our villages, don't we? Now imagine if this happens in an evening before you go to bed. The whole room plunges into darkness. And suddenly we can't see anything. Just a little bit scary. But if your mum and dad had their phone nearby, they would probably put the torch on. Now, do you think they would keep the torch light just for themselves and leave you sitting in the dark? No, of course not. They'd share the light with everyone in the room. So, when we allow Jesus into our lives, then we glow with his and God's love. Do you think we should keep that to ourselves? No, we want to share this love just as mum and dad would share the light of their torch. Now it's time to sing a song. This is one of the favourite ones of mine. This little light, I'm going to let it shine. So we're going to do some actions to help us remember the words. So I thought, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Can you make your fingers go flashing lights? And then we say it again. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Okay? And then we're going to sing the next bit, which is Jesus is the light. So it's Jesus is the light. I'm going to let him shine. Jesus is the light. I'm going to let him shine. Jesus is the light. I'm going to let him shine. Let him shine, let him shine, let him shine. And then we sing that through. And then you'll hear the next bit, which is rather fun before we sing it all again, which says, I will stomp my feet. So I'm sure you can manage to stamp your feet on the ground. And it says, I will clap my hands. And shout. Well, we're going to shout the word shout loudly, but I think we're going to do it like this. And shout, shout. So let's try that. I will stamp my feet and I will clap my hands and shout, shout. Then it says, I will run around and I'll jump off the ground and shout, shout. And we do it again. I will stamp my feet, I will clap my hands and shout, shout. I will run around, I'll jump off the ground and shout, shout. And then we go right back to the beginning with this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Now, I think it's time to listen to the song on the video and join in with all our voices.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Well, wasn't that a fun song? I love it, and I hope it'll be going round in your head for the rest of the day. Now, that just leaves the craft. You will find you can print off a tree craft. So, here's the sheet and all the instructions are there. What I've done is I've actually printed it off in green. So when you've cut it out, you fold it round like a tree, having decorated it as best you can, and then stick a star on the top. And on here it says, Jesus lights up my life.